KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, bringing a full slate of entertainment to Farmington and San Juan County. A free concert with Farmington's Chevelle Shepherd, Saturday, July 2nd at 7:30 p.m. The Farmington Civic Center, 200 West Arrington in downtown Farmington. Find out more online at fmtn.org/shows or 505-599-1148. KSJE is proud to support the Summer Terrace Concert Series, Saturdays at the Farmington Museum. Country and rock music from Rockin' Horse, Saturday, June 25th. Country and rock music by Terry Rickard, Saturday, July the 9th. The Summer Terrace Concert Series at the Farmington Museum, 3041 East Main Street, Saturdays this summer from 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Cop Shop. I'm Nicole Brown, the Public Information Officer for the Farmington Police Department, and finally back in the studio. I'm so excited. The great Chief Hebbe.
Oh, the sarcasm. Sarcasm is thick, folks. I have missed a couple of shows that has put the full burden of this massive production that we put together here on the backs of Nicole. But I'm pleased to be back. Scott looks like he's lost about 30 pounds. He looks 10 years younger. So I've been gone a while, apparently. So
thank goodness for Scott while you were gone. He really puts this on. I just bring people in. But I had a great time. I was living it up with all my little guest hosts. I had Lieutenant Leno on a couple times.
How did Dowdy do?
Deputy Chief Dowdy did a great job.
All right.
I enjoyed having him on. But him and I share a office wall, and we talk and banter a lot. So I enjoyed having him on the show. Well,
we've had a busy. We're already deep into the summer now.
I
think on the calendar it's saying summer just started, but we're already deep into June. Which is actually shocking. The year has really gone by fast.
It's almost over, which is just wild.
No, it is.
So tell us about your travels, sir. What have you been doing in the name of FPD?
Well, that is interesting. So one of the shows, I guess, a month ago, I was in Milwaukee, which is actually where I'm from. But we were presenting, it was Deputy Chief Dowdy and I and Lieutenant Nate Lacey. We were presenting to IACP Technology Conference on our recruiting video and some of the other things that we've been doing to improve our recruiting. So that was interesting. We got to watch a few other departments present on different topics. And so we got a couple of new ideas that I think we're going to try and incorporate here at the department. So it was worthwhile. We don't get to go to those all the time, but this one was worthwhile. And then 2 weeks ago, I was in Reno. I'm on the board of directors for the Rocky Mountain Information Network, which is a fusion center for all the western states, except the coastal states. Coastal states are in their own. So I've been on that now for like 6 years. So that's always interesting to listen to some of the challenges that other states are having, in particular around marijuana was a big one. That we talked about. Colorado, of course, has had quite a bit of experience with it now. So it was worthwhile, but it was a lot of driving, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I drove to Reno, and I wouldn't recommend it, really.
Well, we always dread when you're driving because that's when you get ideas, and that means extra work for us.
That I won't disagree with.
When you're driving, we're always like, man, I'm really busy. I hope the chief doesn't think of something else.
I think Sierra Tafoya hated it whenever there was a big controversial decision that we were making if I was going driving, because I'd probably change my mind 2 or 3 times in the 20-hour drive, which isn't untrue. So
it's not an unfair assessment.
No. But we've been busy, as our listeners probably know already if you follow us on Facebook, as I'm sure most of you do. We had an officer-involved shooting last night.
We did.
The officer was not injured. He was. It appears he was hit by the car. At least his foot was run over, and he was taken to the hospital. I think the injuries are minor. I don't think that we found any broken bones. So that was fortunate. In the course of the shooting, none of the suspects were hit. They were in a vehicle. They were eventually caught by other officers that were responding, and they were arrested for DWI and assault on a police officer. The officer involved shooting portion of it, whether he should have shot, what the circumstances of it were, that'll be investigated as always. We'll wind up releasing the video to you in a week and a half after the officer's been interviewed. The sheriff's office is taking the lead on that as per usual when it comes to our regional shoot team. So it was, we've had a busy year and not a great one when it comes to the risks that our officers face, and in one case, the officer actually being critically injured. So we were very fortunate last night. I've watched the videos on it already, and we were very fortunate the officer was not hurt or killed. It was more luck than anything that he wasn't. So.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. We'd already had a full day, I think, of
We had.
Stuff going on, and it was just a busy day for the shift, and it continued on into the night. And I think the officer was just conducting a traffic stop, and it got a little wild, it sounds like. And so we're very grateful that he is okay.
But we will. We've been through this before together as a community, and you will get the video from us, and you'll get a statement from us about how we felt the case was handled. It'll be a few days down the road, but for today, we're happy that we're happy nobody was injured in the course of it. We were able to make the arrests. Nobody's injured when the officer fired, and the officer wasn't critically injured either. So for all of that, we are pleased. It could have gone much worse for everybody involved, really.
Yeah, absolutely. On a lighter note, we have so our last time on Cop Shop, we had Sergeant Eichley on, and he talked about the pre-academy that our recruits go through, and then also the post-academy. So they go through the state-required academy training, but then we put a little extra effort in on before and after that
Some of the
training.
local policies, the local laws. The state academy conforms with the state, but then at the municipal and county level, there's different rules and laws and policies. So our officers get about 3 weeks of that.
Yeah. So we have several cadets in our pre-academy right now, and they have been doing memorial runs for each officer with the Farmington Police Department that was killed in the line of duty. And so their final one is going to be June 30th. They are beginning their run at 6 a.m. at the police department on Municipal Drive. So there's a parking lot across the street from the police department. That's where they're going to meet. And they're doing this one in honor of Officer Ben Herrera. And so I believe Herrera's son and possibly one of his grandsons is going to be there to talk to the cadets and anyone else so we are inviting the public to come join us. It's open to anyone who wants to come run in honor of Officer Herrera. So it's a 7-mile run. So they'll start at the police department again at 6 a.m. and they're going to run, I think Scott's got the route up on the screen right now, but we also have it posted on our Facebook page and our Instagram. So they'll run the route into the 3700 block of Gold Avenue, and because that is where Officer Herrera fell. So I think it's cool that this group of pre-academy cadets have been doing this, and in honor of each one, and it kind of drives home, the service aspect of this career, and I'm excited for this event. I think that it's going to be, a fun way for us to start introducing them to the community as officers. They're about to go into academy at the beginning of July. So this is kind of their first community event that they were also at the Day at the Lake, if anyone noticed. They had really cool shirts on. But yeah, this is a good deal, I think.
Yeah, I think I regret that I will not be running 7 miles.
You regret that?
I do. Back in the day, I could. Those days are long since deserted me, and so I may wind up driving a significant portion of that, and then running from my car to the short distance that it'll take to get there. But if you're a runner and you have some time and you want to get in a good run for a good cause, we'd like to see you at the station and run along with our cadets.
Yeah, it'll be a great event. There's more details on our Facebook page and our Instagram. I'll also put it on our Twitter. I kind of forgot about that one, but Twitter's not huge in our area, so I don't get as much interaction on that page, but we still post on it.
So we also have Freedom Days coming up, which is a big deal. There's the Chevelle Shepherd concert. That's going to be a part of it, a free concert. We're expecting, what do you think, 20 or 30 people?
Just a handful of people. No, I always look forward to Freedom Days in Farmington. And maybe it's because this is my hometown, so I'm a hometown girl, but I think it's just so fun. Have the ice cream social, and now they're adding a free concert to it, and the fireworks, the parade, and you and I have talked about that Main Street parade and on 4th of July in America it's kind of cool.
No, I do like that, and we'll be there. I'll be walking in that as well. Mm-hmm. I think for Chevelle, we're expecting a few thousand people to attend a free concert, which is, it's great. A hometown girl comes home, around the 4th of July and puts on a free concert for everyone here. And we've also got a dunk tank. Scott, are you in the dunk tank this year?
I'm not in the dunk tank,
really?
Chief. I'm not. No.
I wonder why that would be.
Well, I thought you might bring this up, Chief, so I actually planned ahead.
Really?
And I wanted just to show the viewers that I've already done a dunk tank, Chief.
Really?
Yeah, actually. It's right about here. Is 1998 when I was in the dunk tank.
I was like 4.
I know. I sure you were. But
man, I
made
feel
the
like
front page of the paper,
Look
Chief.
at that.
So
wow.
Already been there, done that.
That's
been there, done
and the bow
that.
tie.
And the bow tie,
Yeah,
right. But you're going to do it.
But I've done it already.
You're going to do it
So
again.
By your theory, I don't need to do it again.
Well, if you signed up again, I can't help that. But, what can I tell you? But
24 years ago, I did this.
I see.
Yeah, I feel like you're due, Scott.
Yeah.
You're due to get back in the dunk
I see.
Wow.
But Chief is signed up for
I am
for Saturday, right? And we have an artist's rendering of what that'll look like.
Yes. Well, let's see that. Oh, well, there.
Oh.
Minus the bow tie. I don't actually have one of those.
We went to no expense to make that.
Oh, that's really good.
So there you go.
Yes. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, Chief.
So apparently Scott's working harder on our show than we're working on our show.
I feel like Scott knows you really, really well. That was so well
that's
played,
tragic.
Scott. He knew that this...
Why don't we put some of these little figures here? Because that always works so well for you.
Yeah, it does.
These little figures. She tends to fold under the pressure of these little figures staring at her.
I will just completely lose my train of thought. It just jumps the rails, and it's
a PIO who can't deal with the press. I don't know what you say about that. But
they're just so strange looking. They're so strange looking, and it boggles my mind.
It boggles my mind. Well, so yes, come on down. And I'm not sure. I'm doing it for a charity. Is it for Kiwanis? That I'm in the dunk tank?
I think so. I don't. You scheduled this without me, so I'm sorry, sir. I don't have the details for you because this was not scheduled through your PIO.
So I don't know the charity that's getting the money for whatever you have to pay to dunk me. But come on down, dunk the chief. I'll be in uniform. I might not have my gun. That would be shameless.
Yeah,
to get the gun all wet, but
that'll deter people from wanting to dunk you.
Yeah, well, that's true. I keep missing. Don't hit me. So in any event, come on down. I'll be in there Saturday. I think the mayor's in there.
Yeah, and Mike Stark with
and
the
Mike
county.
Stark,
So some
good
big
time
names.
Will be had. Lots of water will be splashed all over.
You know whose name I didn't see on the list?
Scott's.
Well, yeah, I'm going to add that to the list as well now. But also Chief Sterrett with Farmington Fire. I did not see his.
And
I feel
fire and water, I mean, don't they go together?
I mean, I feel like they do.
I thought they did.
Yeah, and I also I did not see Sheriff Ferrari's name on there. I mean, if we're gonna include the county and Mike Stark's gonna be in the dunk tank,
Well, very good. Maybe you should be putting out those kind of challenges on Facebook.
maybe I should. We're live streaming right now on Facebook.
Well, there it is. So we've had. It's been a busy month.
It has.
In June.
Yeah, no, it's been busy, but and I feel tumultuous today. A little bit of it, I think, is just the Supreme Court is just handing out some rulings. Like there was a concealed carry one.
Yep.
There was a Miranda one.
I haven't even seen that one yet.
I just saw a headline and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to save that article and read that. So, but then the big one, of course, is Roe v. Wade.
Roe v. Wade, and that. Well, they're coming up on the end of their term. I think they have to make all the rulings public by the 30th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So that gets you a flood here at the end of their
Yeah.
term. Roe v. Wade has been either much anticipated or much dreaded, depending on which side of the debate you were. Somehow the case was leaked. The opinion was leaked, a draft version of it, a few weeks back. So that's really had folks on edge over this. From the police department perspective, right? I mean, the courts make rulings, and that becomes the law of the land, one way or the other. So the police department doesn't obviously have a position in it, but we are aware that there are groups that are very emotional about this on both sides of the issue, and if there's demonstrations or protests or any violence, the police department is ready for that. We've been training now, off and on for years on social gatherings and protests. We've had a few here.
We have, and we've been really
ago.
fortunate. Our community's been so great and kept things peaceful, and that is truly how it's meant to be.
Yeah.
So it makes me really proud of our community because they really take the spirit of it and they are peaceful and they're voicing their opinions. So I hope that that continues, and we don't have to use the training that we've been doing, but
Yeah.
we have been training to prepare for whatever eventuality comes our way.
We've had good rapport really throughout the years with people on both sides of every issue that want to come out and demonstrate, but we want them to do it safely and we want them to be safe. And so, this is a tough time. We've talked about this in America here over the last few years. We've become so polarized on things that the exercise of one's constitutional rights one way or the other has been dicey. Some people don't want to hear so-and-so speaking, and they've acted to shut those folks down, or they've acted to shut these folks down. In our case here, we're here to make sure that everybody has the right to have their voice heard, on whichever side of the issue you're on. We take that extremely seriously. 31 plus years in uniform, and I will tell you that is the absolute nugget of what I believe in as a police officer. We are here to keep our citizens safe, no matter what their opinions are, one way or the other. We expect that we will have some demonstrations one way or the other for either they're supportive of the Supreme Court or they're opposed to it. But we anticipate those will be safe, and we will do everything we can to make sure that they are.
Absolutely. So, what else?
But it's been a wild couple of weeks.
Yes, it has.
And this one, the leak was, well, I think they've said it's unprecedented. I don't think it's ever happened.
I mean, I couldn't think of it in my lifetime occurring, and it feels, it heightens that sense of this is a strange time
Yes.
to live in, and it heightens the sense of distrust, kind of in government for me personally. If the people that have access to those kinds of things don't maintain the integrity of them, it's frightening
Yeah.
to me.
And actually shocking. The Supreme Court has really done, I think, even in this political time, and you've got justices that have pretty significant differences of opinion, but like all the way back to Scalia and Bader Ginsburg, I mean, they were friends, and traveled together, and even though they sharply disagreed politically on some of the things. So, I've really in my lifetime, well, really the FBI and the the Supreme Court, to me, were two entities that just they were kind of above all the politics, wherever the muck and mire was. It was the FBI that was investigating President Clinton 20-some years ago, almost the time that Scott's getting dunked. And, and you still felt like you could trust that what the FBI was doing was, in the end, there were no criminal charges pressed. But I trusted what they did. And it just feels like right down to, the FBI certainly had some rough days politically over the last few years. And then now the Supreme Court. And that is a shame, especially when you take it back to what I was saying. I really believe that government institutions like the FBI, the Supreme Court, your local police are supposed to be, non-aligned. We're here for all our citizens. It doesn't say, a Republican or Democrat on the patch. It says Farmington. So it's a shame when you see that foundational notion being, erased.
Yeah, no, and I think that it's, like I said, it comes back to the integrity of it, and you talking about Scalia and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and how at the end of the day we're all human beings, and we have,
and all Americans,
and we've lived different lives that have shaped the beliefs that we hold, and there's this line in the song that I love that says, "Be careful who you hang around. Beliefs are sticky things," because interactions throughout your life shape and change your beliefs. And so being so against hearing anything that challenges them is frightening to me, and takes away that that fact that we're all just human beings at the end of the day. Be respectful of each other's opinions, and just because they disagree with you doesn't mean that you have to hate them.
Yeah, no. Well, and demonize them. We're so big. Even as Americans, I mean, this isn't Ukraine and Russia. These are two groups of Americans, and we see each other as the enemy. So, as far as the hanging around with people and changes your beliefs, I mean, that's true. As much as I've hung around with you, I've changed my beliefs on many things.
Really?
I wasn't a big Simon Sinek fan, and now I am a Simon Sinek devotee.
I doubt that. but
He's a very good author on leadership. She reveres him. I like him. He's okay.
I believe what he believes.
She believes what she would like the leader Simon is, and that's not me, I'm afraid.
Oh, you're pretty close.
So check out Simon Sinek, because we're hanging around with you, and so our beliefs are kind of rubbing off on you, and your beliefs are kind of rubbing off on us.
There you go.
And Simon Sinek's a good one to start
There you
with.
go. Well, we just want everyone to be safe out there.
Have a great 4th of July.
Yeah.
We won't be
come
back
out
before
to
then.
to all the events, and if you see us out there, say hi, because we will be out there. Our officers will be on patrol, and making sure everybody's having a really fun, safe 4th of July.
And remember, all this stuff we were just talking about, with what a divided country we are. Actually, the 4th of July and Freedom Days. I mean, it really is all about being an American, being proud of our country and proud of the success we've had as a nation together. So we hope to see you out there. I hope not to see you trying to dunk me, but come on out for charity.